Alrighty then. Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 807. I did 808 too early and skipped one, so 807, healing. There's Stanley hanging out, looking at me. All right, it's too cold for going for walks, so he just goes out back. That's how it is right now. All right, healing. After you've broken a bone, how long does it take before you're able to put pressure on that bone? 6 to 8 weeks. Usually put on a cast so you're limping around. If it's on your hand, you get that cast on your hand, you're trying to type. Healing. A bone is easy because we know what it takes for it to fix itself. Once you get it aligned, once you eat the right things, once you take the right medicines, it gets back on track. But what about your emotions? Emotions are far different, but still having some similarity. And when you're taking an emotional hit, you need to heal. So what does that look like? For everybody, it's different. For every emotional impact, it's different. One of the challenges with life is living through your emotions. Hey, it's what we do. That's why so many kids, nerdy kids, found Star Trek and Spock to be so compelling. Hey, you can put your emotions aside and just focus on science. You could just do geeky stuff and enjoy it. And other people can enjoy the geeky stuff with you. Enjoying it, but that's an emotion. Sometimes we allow ourselves to have those kinds of emotions. So yes, I was a big fan of Spock as well, because he wasn't quagmired in those things that seemed to drag us down, that pulled us away from having a great time doing what we loved. And especially when people made fun of, oh man, I can't believe you're playing Dungeons and Dragons. That's stupid. No, it's not. I like it, so I'm doing it. How long does that resonate? How long do you let it resonate? How long do you let your emotions drive you, especially for something in the past? They're going to, because they shape you. Oh, there's Stanley moving around. They shape who you are. Would you be who you are today without everything that's happened to you in the past? I suggest that answer is no. There's a lot to be said for experience. The experience, which is having done something, the wisdom of having done something and then learned how to do it better, or learned don't do that. Have you ever been electrocuted? I'm talking a little bit where you actually touch something and you get a little jolt. That's no fun. Don't do that anymore. So you learn right then. So you're not taking an emotional hit. You're not taking a physical hit. You're just getting a warning sign. It's like your check engine light came on. Said, hey, you might want to do this. Check this, fix it, and move on. I included the 5 stages of grief here because this is something for awareness. Understand when you're going through these 5 stages. First stage is denial. No way, that can't happen. Oh my God, I can't believe that person passed away. And this is also, you see some of those scams on Facebook, and that infuriates me. Oh, I can't believe this person died, and there's 8 people tagged. Those are scams. Do not click on those. Block those people, remove your tag, and you'll be better off. It starts with denial, and then anger, bargaining, depression, and finally acceptance. So understand when you're going through those stages where you are, and that awareness will help you move through them a little more quickly. Sometimes you have to go through them. You're going to go through them, but that's your emotional. Your healing is when we're finally acceptance. It doesn't mean you're good. It just means you're better. Your mind, your body, and your soul are all tied together. And these are things that, speaking from the viewpoint of an author, mind, body, and soul, that's how you write. If you are out of whack, if one thing is dominating the others, you're going to have a real hard time. Like if your body refuses to let you sit up in peace because your back is hurting, you're going to have a real hard time writing. You've got to have a certain amount of not pain, of pain freeness, even though you may have some pain. Your mind has to be clear enough, and your soul can't be completely tormented. Unless I've seen some horror books out there. My God, those people's souls are tormented. How could they write like that? Because they're managing it. That's how. Managing the 3 elements of mind, body, and soul in order to get that story down. People aren't in perfect places when they write. I doubt anyone is ever in a perfect place when they write. But that's what makes their writing better, because it puts that edge into the story, puts that edge. Even if it's nonfiction, it still puts it there in a way that others we'll embrace and see, because nobody is completely perfect, and that's the challenge of life. So healing, you have to heal enough, understand where you are in the stages of grief, and understand that if you break something, it's got to fix before you can move on. You're not going to be running a marathon after breaking your leg until it's healed. And the same thing with emotional. It's got to be healed well enough. So understand. For what it's worth. All right. Peace, fellow humans.